Hello and welcome, it's Adhesive here, and today I will be creating a travel journal using the Once Upon a Springtime-Deluxe Collector's Edition kit. I'll be using the papers, the stickers and the chipboard as well. Now for the foundation of my travel album, I'm using the black travel album with notebook set from Graphic 45. And I will be decorating this plain black album with those pretty papers. Now to prepare, I just wrote down what I think I want the measurements to be for the cover and the notebook. But what I went by was basically having a 1/8 of an inch of a border all around. So if I felt I needed a bit or less of a pattern paper or less of it, I just cut it until I was happy with the result. Now you just start by removing all the notebooks from the cover. It is very easy to do, as you can see, and then I just went about to cover everything. I had already cut each and every piece, so all I had to do was figure out where I wanted them, ink the edges, and then stick it to the cover and notebooks. And since some of the edges are rounded, I used my corner chomper to round the edges of the cover, and that is the 1/2 inch. And I inked every single piece with the Victorian Velvet Distress ink, and I'm just since I'm using a clean foam, I'm just making sure that I have loads of ink, so I'm pushing it quite generously into the pad. So basically I just ink the edges to give them a bit of a, I don't know, a look that I like. I just do love to ink all the edges of my pattern papers. And then all I have to do is stick these to the cover, and I'm using double-sided tape, very strong tape, and you could of course use whatever you like. I have not had the best of luck with liquid glue, but that's just me, so I do like to use double-sided tape. A good strong tape is recommended because, well, if you're going to be using this to write stuff down in, you need to make sure that this will not be coming apart. So good tape is always a great option. So when I'm using strong double-sided tape like this, I like to take the top part off and then just have it at an angle so I can actually reach the backing of it. And by doing it this way, I am less likely to mess things up at this point. And I just pull them gently from the backing, and as you can see, my tape ripped halfway, but that's all right. All I have to do is pick it up from the other side and it's good to go. I really like using this method. It makes me feel a wee bit better, or a bit more in control, I guess. And just make sure to burnish your paper so that everything is completely stuck down. And I do the same thing with both of these covers. Now the only thing that took a bit of time and, well, a little bit of fiddling about was the hole that the elastic will go through. Took a bit of a while to get it to the correct size, maybe because I only have my crocodile, I believe it's called, and my larger hole wasn't big enough, so I just had to fiddle about to get the size that I wanted, and even though it took a bit of time, it did look fine in the end. But if you have a better punching tool or a larger one, definitely go for that. It will save you time. But like I said, it worked out in the end, so all is good. And then I just adhere this side the same as I did the rest of the previous ones on the cover. I'm just making sure that I have loads of tape next to the hole so it won't be coming undone. You could of course use liquid adhesive if you prefer, but I do like to trust in this very strong tape of mine. And I'm using the same method as before by just lifting up parts of the adhesive backings so that I am a bit more in control of where it may land. And I need to make sure that I am actually will have the hole in the correct spot, so that is where I start from, and then just stick it down after I'm sure that it's going to be in the right place. And then I just remove them slowly but surely, and then just remove the rest of it. And the cover for the travel books or albums is done on the outside. And just make sure to burnish. Now for the pockets on the inside, I'd already cut the pattern paper, and then I just traced the opening, and I used my small precision cut scissors to get the angle that I needed. Of course, if you have a punch that size, do use that. You will get a way better look, really. But I don't have a punch on that size. Well, I used to have, but I gave it away, so I'm just using my scissors. And then when all that is done, I just ink the edges and stick them to the inside. Now for the cover of the books, I had already cut them down, and I cut them at 8 by 8.5 ish. And I put strong adhesive on each and every corner. And in order for the paper to really get the most coverage possible, I wrapped these around until I was somewhat happy with it, and then just used a large clip to hold these together so that I can secure the sides where I will, specifically the side where I want the beginning to be. So I just lift it up and I remove the backing of the adhesive the same way. And before I do that, I just use my ATG gun to add more adhesive to the cover itself. You could of course use the same tape, but I think this is quite enough, really. This is a very strong tape, so I thought I would give that a go. And as I mentioned, I just remove those as I did before, having those little flaps on the side, and that way I can be a bit more in control. So I'll just push this one down and then remove the backing, and then I can remove the clip as well, because, well, I've stuck one side down, so there's no turning back. And I just remove these slowly, and of course add tape or adhesive where needed, and just go around the whole notebook and just taking my time so everything is very neat and no air seems to be trapped between. And this actually gave me quite a smooth look because I do wanted to cover the whole thing. I could have of course used 2 different kinds of pattern papers and not have them go all around, but I do prefer this look. And now it's just stuck there for good, and of course burnish, because that is always a great way to make sure that everything is stuck together like it should be. And I decided to skip any kind of embellishment for this book because these will be going inside this one, and of course I can take them out and they can be put in another purse or something. It's actually a gift for my daughter, which I know she will be carrying around with her, so therefore I didn't want to be too bulky. So for decorations I put one of the stickers along the spine, and on the cover I cut out a piece of the cut apart 12 by 12 sheets along with a chipboard. Then on the insides I forgot to show you that I did cover the inside flaps and added a sticker to the pockets, and on the inside I did cover the inside as well because you can add lots of stuff in the pockets, and decorated a wee bit with stickers from the sticker sheet. And this way there'll be plenty of space to add tickets, photos, whatever she wants to add. And I am not taking up space with too much of heavy embellishment, so this is a good travel notebook or books. So like I say, plenty of pockets for all kinds of memorabilia. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!